All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are, or salam sejahtera, as we say. Welcome into the Samsung Odyssey Cup, especially for the CS2 Malaysian National Qualifiers here tonight. My name is Lot Caliber. I am joined here with FaZe FPS. Of course, this lovely tournament, of course, is brought to you by Samsung and sponsored by our friends over at Red Bull Malaysia. So, FaZe, let's kind of go into this CS2. What do we got? What do we got today?
Some classic CS2 action. I think it's been a while since we've seen some CS2 in Malaysia, but I am glad it is back. So I'm hoping to see some fairly familiar names that we might recognize here and there, but it's been quite some time. So hopefully maybe players can impress us. I did see a couple of teams that was joining this tournament by the name of Bayman. So I think that's one of the teams we do have to watch out for, and I'm excited to see them play. That's for sure. These are the
Yeah,
teams. There we
speaking of
go.
teams. Yeah, there you go. So speaking of the participating teams that we have, of course, we have Bayman Esports, we have Titan, Blank, Cement Mixer, Sixer Reborn, Fufu Gaming, Crossy Healing, Not Just Corner, Old Guard Survival. So a mix of the very serious names and some very fun names. I really love the PNG for Kurosi Healing. I there's something about it that's just so charming. It's very us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do have one of those in the back of my car, but that's for sure. But these guys are actually playing for a spot in the regional land, which is gonna be next month in Kuala Lumpur itself. But this is gonna be the total prize pool overall of 50,000 USD. Champions 20K. First runner-ups 15, second runner-ups 8,000, third runner-ups we got 5,000. Of course, for the grand finals MVP, they're gonna get an extra bonus of 2,000. So just insane money on the line. Thank you very much to Samsung. Huge shout out to Red Bull as well. This is gonna be sweet, lot.
Yeah, honestly, it really is. It's nice to see competition alive for Counter-Strike, regardless, going from the shift from Counter-Strike Global Offensive to CS2 to see this legacy of a video game just continue on, especially the old gods of TAC FPSs, as they say. But yeah, this is going to be the tournament bracket as well for the Malaysia side. We have Fufu Gaming Old Guard today and Kursi Healing versus Najath as well. And that's just the two best of these that's going to happen today. Tomorrow, we have the teams that are already kind of waiting for whoever wins on this side. So, like you said, Bayman Titans are going to be the ones to kind of look out for, and you have Bayman Esports also on the other side. Two teams sharing the same name, but I'm very sure they're going to give us a very complex game, regardless. Should they even match in towards the later parts of the game, but considering they're split like this in a tournament, one of these teams should be learning from the other in that sense. And I think it's going to be a really, really fun time. Again, a lot of mysteries, and there's not too many names that we've really seen here or recognized really. And I think there's maybe only one or two that we could pick out going through on some of their HLTV pages. And yeah, besides being basically the old guard, no pun intended there. It's going to be rather interesting. But yeah, as we mentioned before, once any of these teams win through in our local bracket here, they're going to be pushed up into the foreign nationals, where they're going to be fighting 7 other countries, I believe, in the side of Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, Vietnam, Australia, New Zealand. If I've repeated any of those, my mistake, and if I missed out, my bad as well. But yeah, you see all the flags there on the left side, and the bracket is going to look like this until we hit the champion side. This tournament, of course, is going to be a offline LAN, and it's going to happen, of course, in Malaysia, and it's going to happen next month. Until then, it's a mystery to see who even gets there. All the other countries are also going through qualifiers right now, so best of luck to whoever goes in there as well. I'm kind of excited to see who represents who.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a 3 days of action-packed headshots from AKs, from M4s, from Ops. We've got that from tonight all the way until Sunday. So you guys make sure you tune in every single night, because it is going to be incredible. And I'm definitely going to share this out to some of my old teammates, who have been missing out on some good old CS action.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. We're in the far lands. We didn't think we'd be working this side of the desk, right? We've always thought about, oh man, those casters, those guys, what are they talking about? Who knows what they're talking about? Look at us now.
Yeah,
We're retired
exactly.
from our games. We're here on the other side of the desk, and we're gonna watch some newborns essentially fight it out for representation of our country, of course, But happy regardless. Honestly, I think I can't wait to see what has developed honestly in our scene specifically, because I know our scene back when I used to really watch Counter Strike Global Offensive, we had the issue of not really having a lot of solid strategy coming around, and anytime strategies were to be played in, we would be fighting the Oceania teams who had a little bit more footing on
Mm.
the yeah, you know the pain. Yeah, yeah, they had a little bit more heads up on the strategies, and but that CS of old, CS of now is so tactically diverse, right? You have your setup smokes, you have your crossfires that you're supposed to hold. Every single map is now kind of changed going over from Go to CS2 as well. There's just so much difference, so much on the line as well for these teams. I'm also kind of curious to see what kind of maps we go for. I mean, I don't mind seeing the classic maps. I don't usually mind seeing the old Suzy and Mirage, but current current things as they stand in the CS2 uh environment, in a lot of pro play, especially in tier one and tier two. We're seeing a lot of overpass come in again. Ever since it's
Hmm.
been reworked, we're seeing a lot of ancient being the be all end all of maps now, right? It's starting to become the new Mirage in that sense. Mirage is now becoming the new Dust 2, right? And Dust 2 is only really being played by the EMEA side of things. So I'm really curious to see what's kind of changed up for our scene and how that's going to be brought over into uh, the further nationals and then also the international stage should they get that far.
Yeah, definitely. Back in the days, we were always getting a little bit overtaken in terms of what firepower. It's a lot of things in general. We were always the ones that were
Yeah.
choking, in the region. But I hope this time around we could have these new talents rise up and take a little bit of revenge here in the upcoming LAN tournament next month. But yeah, this is it, guys. We got Fufu Gaming up against the likes of the old guards. Now, I don't know about you, but something about the old guards is giving me a pretty strong team name. It's pretty bad. Bad
I
boo.
mean, I like the little badge of representation that they have in the O itself, It's already a sign of good things to possibly come, and yeah, get to finally meet the players themselves here as they come in and get loaded into the game, of course. I'm so curious to see what kind of gameplay we're gonna get, right? I mentioned the tactical diversity, but again, tactical diversity comes in with a lot of experience, a lot of crazy headspace making or thought making in terms of experimentation and how the teams kind of function, right? We don't know how old some of these teams are in terms of just playing together, right? Until we see them really exchange fire across the map here, and of course uh we've chosen Mirage here as well. Pretty classic in all things considered, right?
Hmm. I mean, one of the go-to maps. Everybody knows the smokes. Everybody knows the window smokes. I hope you still remember it a lot. But it's just sort
I
of
remember the stair smoke. I remember the one
oh,
stair
stairs.
smoke,
Okay,
the
we
NIP,
take
the
those.
NIP smokes. It's all the NIP smokes.
You got to
That's
line up
all. That's all I remember.
with the wooden tiang. Look towards the little corner at the top there.
Yeah,
I don't even remember if you have to
jump
jump
throw.
throw or
I think you have to jump
it's
through. I believe. We'll see.
been a
They'll
minute.
prove us. They'll prove us either right or wrong in these
If
next few
anything, we
moments
should be
once
joining
we
the
get
old
inside.
guards.
Oh, I don't think I would be able to shoot for the old guards. I don't think so. I think I think my time has passed. I competed very differently in my history.
At this point, I guess we're the retired guards instead of old guards. God damn it.
We bark at the desk for the newer ones. That's about it. See who's gonna be the loudest. Depends on who plays the best too. We have that. Uh, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what old guards can do, and gonna see what Fufu Gaming can do as well. Mirage has been a very interesting talking point since we're just kind of waiting for the teams to load up here before we get
Yep.
live. Mirage has been a very interesting talking point, right? It's seen so much of history in terms of general gameplay, and it's the secondary be all end all map of the game's lifespan, next to Dust, right? And ever since
Yes,
we
sir.
even before the few years before we transitioned over into CS2, Mirage was pretty much the map that you see be played in every single best of three as the decider map, in some of those at least like half
Hmm.
the time. And in best of fives, it's usually one of the most entertaining maps that you can possibly get, right? And like, what I still to this day am reminded of the G2 game that spanned, like, what was it, like 4 or 5 overtimes just on Mirage. it
God
was
dang.
it was just insane. It's not It was fun, but it was so, I can't imagine being a player there, just going through your routine. And then at some point, right, you go into your overtime, the strat book is gonna practically disappear, right? There's only so much strats you can
Yep.
do on Mirage, and there's only so much mind games you can do until strategy is kind of figured out, and it's all timing and it's all luck. It's all who hits their first shot, which opera at mid, or which rifler can hit a banger of a headshot towards the window side, right? It's very very neutral in that sense in comparison to some of the other maps that we do see, right? Not like a snooze fest, I guess, in the side of like Vertigo. I'm not a pure Vertigo hater by any means, but Vertigo was tough to watch at times, mostly because the strategy was very very hard to kind of really make fun of in terms of just watching it. But Vertigo is pretty much old news. I'm hoping to see Ancient actually.
Some ancient. I remember when I started getting back into CS, that was one of the newer maps that came out. I had to learn all the different lineups, different smokes, still trying to play it out. But I think overall that map is just it's just incredibly fun to play. But here we are, ladies and gents, getting into game number one between Fufu Gaming towards the CT side, and of course the old guards on the T side. Gonna oh, I think we're going for a knife round here. So basically, the
I
winner of
think
the
this is a
knife
nice
round
one,
will
yeah.
get to choose their side. And you can see already a few people
Jeddah
doing a lot of damage to
Jeddah
their own
has
teammates.
Jeddah has died. I don't know how Jeddah died, but Jeddah has died. So it looks like Old Guard is not going to be winning this knife round. Goofy Gaming is going to take it away. So it's their choice to start on whichever side that they want to. So far, looks like it's not being changed just yet. We will see on that. And yeah, looks like Fufu Gaming are going to stick towards the CT side. Old Guard are going to stick over towards T side as well. Right. Okay. So CTT side. And there's a lot of dynamics now going into CS2, right? One of the biggest talking points is that we are no longer on MR15. We are on MR12. Shorter game rounds, right? Max of
Sir.
24. Economy, I will be the brave one to say it hasn't exactly scaled the best, but there has been some changes to try and really reprimand that issue a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. Going into now the B side, and already a headshot hit from Bambino there. Wiku goes down, doesn't even know what hit him. The apartment's flood is already failing here. They're thinking about running back the other way. This Tech 9 has to hit a shot, but no, Bambino still controls the space by the windows. Nades are here, the rotations come in, but all the T's are now going to push over towards the other side, down into underpass. Maybe just hold the space for a little bit. A minute 20 and Old Guard are already suffering against these players over on the side of CT.
Definitely 2 players down, not gonna look good. And of course, Uncle Aim getting taken out by an Apps push, and it's just a full-on slaughter. It's all Jeddah by himself.
Okay.
He does manage to pick up 2 for himself, and he's
One
got
more.
decent amount of time to work with. But Hadi is there, ready and waiting, coming in with a trade, picked up a Tex 9 and finishes off the job. And that's gonna be Fufu Gaming with the first round here of this qualifier.
Oh, all right. I mean, that rotation had to come in sooner or later, right? I feel like it was really brave for Wiku to go in that fast, and you really do need the timing to go in. You really need the space to be made by then, because if you can't really support it, then you can't really go anywhere. I saw an MP5 being bought, not usually a common buy, but look at this. This is a rush and a half, if you are gonna call it. Latte. has to be so careful. Heard the footsteps for a little bit, trying to clear out the space, but he's a little bit too far range for the shotgun unless he can hit all of those pellets in one spread. Yes, he can. MP5 not going to be doing anything too much, but Oddcrunch and Riku are going to try and hold their spots, but burned out of the way. In the palace is going to be Riku, and yeah, well, Fufu Gaming, they take up their second round. Not too shabby at all, not too many, I don't think they even really suffered too many losses there either.
Not too bad. They're able to take out a few players, but that MP5 buy might just hurt the economy here of the old guards just a little bit. But you can see Fufu Gaming looking a lot stronger, a lot more confident and aggressive in terms of their defense. They knew it was an anti-eco. They wanted to get that momentum running, and now slow pace here coming in.
Oh, that's dangerous. What was he looking at? His head was out in the open. Now all of a sudden the entry is available for them. 1-for-1 though is going to be the case here, but a pistol in their hand and all the nades in their utility belt. They have to be so careful. Surviving into this fight. Mendino survives it. Left into the Deagles now to try and push something out of it. Headshot angle is there. A spam might be coming through, but no, instead it's going to be the auto shot coming in from the back instead. Fufu Gaming cleaning up the shop here. No issues at all. The old guards, we have yet to see too much before I say any puns just yet.
We've got
I'll be nice.
A name for puns, you know.
I'll be nice.
I'll wait till they get a couple of rounds in. You know, I don't want to add salt to the wounds, but so far it ain't looking too good. But this time around, they will be buying up quite a decent amount of rifles. But so Latte Bazia has been quite the devil with the XM. It's just full on mid fights here. Benbino being able to get taken out here by Oddcrunch, so the trade does come in, but the numbers already in a disadvantage here for the side of the old guards. Good spray down here for Hadi, and this man playing in towards underpass, he's just been wreaking havoc. Nonetheless, 2 versus 3. Slowly but surely, the old guards can definitely recover from this.
Well, we'll see if they can learn new tricks or not. Into the 2-on-3. They're still maintaining the space up towards apartments here, and they should be hearing this player just stomping around over onto the other side. It is going to be dropped over, and Oddcrunch finds an opening onto Latte. Now, all of a sudden, into this 2-on-2, it's very, very doable. 45 seconds left onto this clock. They have to try and take mid and rush straight into connector to try and get this into a possible round for themselves. Ooh, hitting the wall on the side. Jordan, you do not want to be messing up your movement just yet. Plant is going to be secured for now, and space is going to be taken over towards jungle. Do they know about the threat towards the other side of this hellhole? They do not sent back blasted in the chest. What is that? Oddcrunch down now, left into the 1-on-2 for Riku.
Rico, can he make this work? Definitely doable here. He's got the position. It is planted here in towards CT, but I like the double peek here. The swings coming in from Fufu Gaming, and they will be able to take him out, get the defuse, and get their 4th round. So far, a little bit of chemistry. I like what I'm seeing here from Fufu Gaming. Very well played here.
A bit scary in some of those engagements, but so far the callback to what they want to do seems a bit more solid on the side of Fufu Gaming. Old Guard are still trying to find their proper openings here, which they're not succeeding too much, and whether that's a communication issues or, you know, again, this is still online, maybe there's some ping issues for some of them. One of them looked like they were lagging just there off the spawn. Yet to be answered, so we'll see what they're going to attempt this time. A slower take into the palace. No more rushing in onto this site. Off has been bought onto Latte here. What a nice little flick coming in. Oddcrunch goes down once more. Don't even know what hit him. Now left to the entries for the other side for the pistol. He does it with a pistol instead. Switching and just surviving towards the back.
Good Jordan. No way.
More room blown open, and Uncle Aim finds that one as well. This is looking a little bit too shabby, but just guns and contact all the way. He stared him down, Latte. He looked Jetta dead in the eyes before pulling the trigger.
That is just it's tough to watch here, but Fufu Gaming, they are just on a roll, hitting every single shot that matters. And once that op is out in the hands of Latte, he is making it look so easy. My goodness. Old guards, you know, they managed to make it on towards the side, but it's always the kills that have been a problem here for them. Have not been able to find those opening frags, and they were just kept getting picked off one by one. So we'll see whether or not they can do something here towards middle. Trying to find an opening pick, but no, not a single player from Fufu Gaming wants to deal with these guys at all. But there's someone, yep, okay, Old Crunch was able to get the better of Latte, trying to make his way in towards underpass. A little bit of damage here done on towards Jordan as well. A little bit of signs of life, but they are on a bit of a dodgy buy here coming in here from the old guards. Here, see, they spot the jump spots here from the B apps, and Old Crunch has made his way towards B short. Can anyone find an opening pick? Can they find an equalizer here for the side of Fufu Gaming? Shots being strung back and forth, but whoa, damage. That's all it is, and Uncle Aim doesn't manage to find one, but look at Haresh finding two of his own. Keeping things alive here for the old guards. Sorry for Fufu Gaming.
A bit more of them. Again, the kill feeds are just lining up with headshots so far. 2-on-2 is going to be the position, 45 seconds left, and this time, well, they're looking like they're going to go straight for maybe a B pick, but again, they're going to have to clear out their spots here. Now, they are going to pick up the bomb, are going to rotate the other way, but they have to be careful. There is a threat around the jungle side, and they line up here. It's going to be really, really bad, but no, cleared out almost immediately. Good stuff coming out from Hashirama. Arish goes down. That was the hero of the round as well. Now left onto this 1-on-2. Coming in from Hadio. Let's see what he can do. Oh, one
Gets
tap.
a nice little clean taps on towards one of those players. It's a 1 versus 1 now. Yes, Kid does have the Zeus. He's looking to meme on this guy. Can he make it work?
Surely not.
Uncle Aim just on towards Tetris. No way he wants to finish this off with his Zeus. No way.
Okay,
Uncle Aim clutches it out, saves his dignity, and gets the old guards their first round. Holy. That would have been a shocker.
Ah, there it is. I wasn't even the one to do the first one.
Yeah, it could have been worse, you know?
Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Okay. Well, they save face a little bit here, old guard. Just one mark off from getting a round loss and also possible humiliation in the side of a taser going off in their face. Oh my god, he's trying it. He's trying for it again. He has the taser always bought every single time, but it doesn't matter. Uncle Aim has the aim. Takes out two of them. Greedy for the push, and again, 3 of these CTs are still here, so if they do manage to just push straight into the B side, they'll have no issues really pushing on into it, but looks like they're going to still take things slow, right? They don't really know what they're doing just yet, and corner has to be cleared here with the USP, but just ran down instead. Uncle Aim going for more. That's a 4th for him. Seeing if he can now hunt down for the ace, or if his teammate is going to steal it away. Latte sitting on a fine piece of pottery around the corner over towards the ramp side. Knife out, and he's just drawing circles in the air, waiting for someone to come into his death cave.
Well, if there's any chances, you can definitely get some exit frags. Getting kills with the XM as well will give you that extra little bit of money, and there it is. Hashirama will find him in towards ramps, and well, that's 2 in a row here for the old guards. So some signs of life, and this is what we want to be watching. But Fufu Gaming a little bit too aggressive there towards A main. Uncle Aim was just able to cleanly take them out for free. 2 players instantly. A bit too much pedal to the metal there from Fufu Gaming.
Can't let their early confidence be their folly now, can they? We only just started the day, so we'll see how this goes. Going for the entry now. There's a shotgun towards the other side of the van. Oh, he hopped right over his head. Doesn't even see it. Uncle Aim just shuts him down. It's a good flash as well over onto the entry. The deagle has been made known here, and they have to try and find this out. Bino over onto the other side, just taking space, taking all the shots. They do not know about this other CT sitting up on top of the boxes here. They go and clear the market, and yeah, the market has been cleared almost immediately.
He's defusing instantly.
There's the defuse coming into the smoke to hear it, but no. Denied from Hashirama. That could have been A glorious round coming in from Fufu Gaming. A bit of a funny haha from them, but the old guards, they still got their ears. They still got their chances.
Oh, that would have been amazing. What a play. I mean, decent stuff here so far from old guards. They've won 3 in a row, and you can see, I think, when they're most effective is when they just go in for those rushes. You know, spam the flashes up above towards apps, and just use the numbers advantage. Lots of footsteps here being made. Nades, of course, going to be coming out. See if they can delay this rush, and it has definitely stopped them in their tracks. Jordan only. Zeus once again in his hands. This team really has likes to give people the shock of their lives, that's for sure. But look at this loadout happening towards the left side of the screen. You can see 3 XMs being bought, a single M4 in the hands of Benbino, and just a full-on USP from the side of Jordan. But look at the information already being given. Latte spots out a couple of players here in towards the TV room, but can they close them out here? They do have the XMs to work with, so in these close quarter combats are definitely going to work in the hands of Latte, and they are just mowing them down towards TV, walking right in front of each other. They can smell each other's breath, but Real Wiku, on the other hand, does manage to find some picks of his own.
Has to back away from this. Hashirama. Wiku's already found so much work done. They might find even more here. It's a little bit scary. They're trying to just find some position to go back to a little bit safer. They know they can't really push the initiative on this one. Jordan, USP up into the sky and already taken down.
Frag.
Let's do this 2-on-2. This is very doable for a clutch, but no, it's gonna be Benbino instead to just clean them up as they make that cross into the connector. So far, leading 6-3. Fufu Gaming looked a little bit scrappy, and Old Guard were, I will say, thrown for a loop for that round.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of pointing out how weird the economy was on the side of Fufu Gaming, but well, they definitely made it work. They had the XM advantage. They knew they were stuck in towards TV room. Latte just went guns blazing with the XM, and being able to pick them off here and there, and just Fufu Gaming looking a lot more confident here. But can they bring it back? Oh, look at Haresh. This guy is probably one of the ones to watch out for. He's been just being so fine with his aim. Speaking of aim, Uncle Aim coming in with a kill of his own. Benbino getting taken out. It is a 3 versus 3. But old guards have yet to decide on where they will hit.
Wait, is there a flank coming in? Oh no, it's not. Okay. For a second, I thought it looked a little bit scrappy there if there was going to be a flank attempted. Now, okay, so Hadio sitting here into the connector. He's going to hold his space relatively freely with the XM as well. And the moment any sort of noise is made with this shotgun, they're going to know not to go here. And okay, we're just right through the smoke, long range. Of course, the XM, deadlier than you think, can knock you out downrange. Now, all of a sudden, though, they know that this is an advantage for the CTs. He's going to make his way all the way around, maybe possibly go to B, because they know that there's some form of contact there in the ladder room. But Jetta's not really pushing any sort of initiative just yet. They're actually going to back away from this, and Okurchin is going to be the one instead to take forward momentum to try and maybe find an opening. But, spotted,
Lord.
Not expecting the cross. His hip has been blown out by Buckshot. Now, all of a sudden, Jetta left into this 1-on-3. Fufur, letting him know he's being hunted. Not a chance.
Oh, man. I mean, what can you do? You're in a close quarter position. There's an XM just waiting for you. You can't really do much about that. You got to make sure you hit the headshot first. Otherwise, like you said, get your hips blown out. Man, that is just incredible stuff. But so far, Fufu Gaming, they've just been buying these XMs, and it's just been working every single time. And that's the way we like it. As long as you hit your shots, as long as you're getting those kills, doesn't matter what weapon you're using. But man, old guards, I think they need to find a little bit of something. Gotta find some spice here in towards their gameplay. Their B rush worked earlier. If you were just to put the smoke in towards that Molotov, just run in with the rest of the team, there's definitely going to be something here. But nonetheless, Jordan only able to find one, and ooh, a big shot there by Real Wiku, taking down Benbino.
What's that? All right, okay, we're seeing more gunfights now this round. All of a sudden, AKs galore, going for headshot, and there we go. There's finally the taser kill to come in. Of course, it comes in from Jordan, and he finds another one, shuts down Wiku as well. He's on his tears, looking for the last one. Jetta not gonna survive. Harish comes in with a flying Desert Eagle. Hey, there's an eagle in it, of course he's flying, right? So Fufu Gaming lock in their 8-3. One more before we swap the other way, I believe, and yeah, it looks, so far from what I've seen on the side of the old guard, if Uncle Aim is there to try and make anything happen, there he can get one or two, but it seems the rest of the team kind of freeze to try and find positions or find their smokes down, which usually gives them time for Fufu Gaming to just fight for the space again. And Fufu are very, very aggressive, so Old Guard need to kind of clear up their timing here if they want to try and match the pace here for Fufu. On the other end, though, Fufu are not really doing too much in their game, finding that opening pick, and Oat Crunch is on the other side of this smoke wall as well to try and hopefully find his own as well, but no, instead going to be the other round, and again Jordan comes through. That's a triple for him. He just holds down the ramp like it's nothing.
There were 3 people in ramp.
I know, and it's okay, just executed towards the back now. Uncle Aim finds Bambino doing a crazy push up. But that's a lot of information given. And if Wiku finds another one here over on the other side of the map, all of a sudden, the map control flips on its head and Fufu Gaming loses so much territory, but Harish holds his ground. 1-on-3 for Uncle Aim to try and make this into any sort of miracle for a 4th round for Old Guard. If not, we're swapping the half 8-4.
I mean, if anyone can do it, it's definitely Uncle Aim. He's got 13 frags all across the board, and he is just ready. He's been hitting some clean shots, but his position in towards firebox he might not check this. Very, very cheeky angle there from Latte, and he's got the Zeus out. No, Fufu Gaming and their Zeus's just here to humiliate these players. Bomb gonna be planted. The Zeus is out, and he's gonna give him a little bit of a shock.
No, not like this. Uncle Aim. The deadly killer of the rounds, man. All AKs for him. Only get taken down non-lethally by Zeus. So 9-3 is where we're gonna cross over into the half. Good lead for Fufu Gaming. Old Guard looking very, very lost, but we'll see if it changes up any sort of strategy for them the moment they go into the defending side here on the CT side. Economy-wise, it looks pretty insane, right? I feel like the graph is not even gonna tell me a truth, because I know Fufu Gaming has spent at least 1/8 of their economy just buying tasers alone. So I'm not gonna believe it.
XMs as well, you know, if they force an XM every single round, I guess they are able to afford it, and they just make it work. But nowadays, now you can see, it's all happening right now. Fufu Gaming is going in for the full-on A rush on towards that A side. They have called for early rotations from the side of the Old Guards, but look at Jordan only hitting the nades, hitting the shots, and that's gonna be insane frags from this man himself. Oh my word. Just a full-on cleanup on that A side. Single player, real Wiku in towards the T-spawn. I mean, what can you do at this point? The thing is, you think they planted A. It's actually all the way in towards that B side, so a full-on fake. I'm not sure if real Wiku is going to be listening, but bomb's actually planted at a different site. Must be those old ears of his.
Maybe. That's devastating.
Too far?
That's devastating for our boy. He realizes it now, and yeah, he just has to try and find a fight. Maybe just pick out one or just die for the bomb here. He doesn't really have anything to save. If he had maybe some armor, it's a different story. Maybe he could save that, but no. Looks like he's still going to go towards the underpass and save his little dainty USB for the next round, even though it's a standard issue. So yeah, all right, so Fufu Gaming up onto double digits now, a few more, and they pretty much take this away very convincingly, with a lot of fun on their end, if anything, right? So yeah, we'll see how the Old Guards kind of cope with this, and I think cope is probably the word I'm going to use from this point on, because it's looking very rough for them.
Yes, it is, and my man, it's just, they won the previous round, and this man has brought out, the whole team has actually brought out dualies, and they are just running things down here.
Okay, wait.
Oh my
wait,
God.
wait.
Hold on a second. Hashirama was able to get some kills and it's turned itself into a 1-versus-1 situation. Oat Crunch up against the likes of Benbino. And Benbino has decided to just make his way towards that B site. Oat Crunch might have a bit of an advantage if he's able to pick up the FAMAS that was dropped. There's definitely a chance that he could make this work, but decides to turn around. The FAMAS was dropped just in front of Connector that he could have picked it up. And it's now down to a Deagle against the likes of these vicious dualies. Can he keep the dream alive here for the old guards?
It's one shot against so many, and he has to make the first move, going for the fake defuse first. It's being checked, and now all of a sudden he's thinking his back is not too open. There's the second defuse. They're not looking away.
Oh, he's toying with
his food. He's playing with his food. He dinked him as well. Oat Crunch. Oh my word, Benbino, you can't be doing this to them, please. We're on air. Don't do it to them like this.
Oh man, if there's one way to tilt the enemy team, that's definitely it. That's just how it is. And you can see Fufu Gaming, it doesn't matter what weapons you give them. They can definitely make this work. But this time around, old guards, they have brought out the op. No more Mr. Nice Guy here. We've got Real Wiku up in hand, up against the likes of Deagle. Misses his first shot. Can he hit it? Oh, gets the leg here. On towards Benbino, but there are so many players here in towards middle. They want to get aggressive once again. Just a full-on rush together towards window. Riku expect this. Oh, he gets one, but Jordan will be able to get the trade here with that Mac 10. And what do you do if you are the old guards at this point? It's just so much happening all around the map. Jordan as well picks up the map, and Bino finds a pick with the Deagle. Can they make this work? The Mac 10 from Uncle Aim not hitting the shots at all, but he's whipped out the Sheriff. He's done a bit of damage. He can definitely get taken out by his teammate from now 1v2. Fufu in that one-man position, and there it is. The old guards, they do manage to, well, close things out. They secure their 4th round. But man, was that devastating. Lots of damage here done towards their economy, but they can definitely slowly recover if they keep up that performance.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to try and hit Fufu really hard, and it seems Fufu is a little bit lost on that round instead, so I think they're still going to hold this pretty convincingly. So far, they've found their openings towards mid a lot of this time.
Okay.
Shot that just comes right through the smoke coming in from Hashirama, so Haresh goes down. That was one of their heavy hitters as well. Top comes in as well.
Big pick
as well. So space has been denied, but Latte answers back. Oat Crunch goes down. The window is open for them to try and take it, and they will do that. Mac 10 versus a rifle over around the corner. Has to play around with the movement.
Wow.
No, he gets absolutely denied, Uncle Aim, but he doesn't go down before getting at least one more on the side of Hadi. Now, it's 2-on-3, but Latte's a little bit low here. And for mine, finds Jeddah instead. Now Hashi tries to get back that little bit of control that he can from the window. 1-on-2 for Jordan. He's been hitting some crazy shots, sitting 17 and 10 at the moment. 55 seconds on the clock to work with is a lot of time. Going for the full rotation all the way into A.
Definitely. He's avoiding the op in the hands of Real Weak, who's just solo holding that B site. And we'll see whether or not he can get a pick here on towards Hashirama. Hashirama has been incredible these past few rounds, but he just gets caught off guard. Just the full-on W rush from Jordan in towards Palace. He does manage to get the bomb down as well. Can he find... Oh, he should be able to hear the footsteps here from Real Wiku. Does he expect it at all? No, he was ready, but just does not get the minuscule flick on towards him. And well, Jordan only will be able to secure a match point for Fufu Gaming.
All right, good stuff coming out from Jordan. A 1-on-2 pulled off successfully. He's gonna... I mean, if he wasn't already feeling it this game, definitely gonna feel it after that for that one. Not any doubt in my mind that he's gonna carry that momentum straight through. So, old guards still trying to find some sort of answer here towards this Aggressive, and I really mean aggressive mid take. And again, they've only really won it out on their first engagement through the smoke. Ooh, AUG in hand
Wow, look
for
at
the
his
side of
nades.
Akirama. Headshot landed, and there's a lot of heads coming in onto the angle, but instead his head gets absolutely wrecked, blown out by the side of Jordan. Up in hand, going for one more, but trigger's pulled, but the timing's not there just yet. His connector is still wide open, no smokes just yet for him to make this cross. Molotov in his hands, but he's not ready for this player to be here around the corner. Now pushing into the ladder room, but he's caught reloading. Parash finds that one as well. Uncle Aim, there's an answer towards the other side of the map, and Latte pulls the trigger finally, hunting down his target. Left onto this 2-on-2 for Fufu Gaming to try and close things out, or for the Old Guards to try and continue their lifeline here on Mirage. See how this goes. Both players are pretty split. They need to know about this flank coming in or this rotation coming in. One caught into sandwich, and unless this op hits a crazy shot down below, which it will, no smoke just landed. One more onto the other side, and Wiku tries You Might, almost getting the lineup, but it's not going to be the case. 13-4, Fufu Gaming locked down Mirage for themselves. The Old Guards are apparently still sleeping in their beds this morning.
Yeah, that is for sure. You know, the old guards, they're old, they have jobs. You know, they probably just finished their full-time job and they're tired and they just wanted to get a good game in with the boys, and this is what it looks like. But nonetheless, Fufu Gaming just ran it down. I mean, just incredible. You can tell the firepower is just on another level. And they were just super confident as a team. They knew what guns to bring in up against the likes of Old Guards, and they were confident enough to actually pull up with the double op setup T side just in that final round. You can tell.
I mean, if it's going the way that it is, if it's going the way that it is, then I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that they'll take it away. The Old Guards have to find another way to try and bring themselves into this. But we won't know until we see that for sure. I don't really have too much to say. So far, that was a very quick wrap up from the side of Fufu Gaming. The Old Guards are going to have to try up onto their next map. Remember, this is still a best of 3, so they still have one more map to play for, or 2 if they push it all the way, but we only get that after this break. Of course, we're going to head to a break. We'll see you all after this. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you get your drinks. Samsung Odyssey Cup, more after this.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from that action-packed game between the Old Guards and Fufu Gaming. I'm FaZe, and with me is Lot Caliber, and this is the Samsung's Odyssey Cup CS2 Championship. The winner of this qualifiers, basically, they get a chance to qualify for the regionals, which will be happening next month in KL. So you guys make sure you watch this. This is going to be a 3-day battle. Sunday, we've got ourselves at the grand finals, and here we are now in game number 2 between these two teams. Train, DE Train, man, a legendary map in CS.
And quite the makeover as we've seen with all the rain being added as well. And I do like seeing some of the more complex strategies that come out of this map, but from what we've seen between Fufu and Old Guards, Fufu are quite literally playing with their food at times, so Old Guards, if this is their map, they have to really show it. Already rushing in towards the... Oh man, they're going for a full reversal. They're basically going to be fighting themselves in their spawn here, pushing right through, heads being blown out already, and Uncle Aim has landed 2, has to back away and reload the USP, but he still manages to get another one. Come on. Now, one more for the fight to come through for Jordan, but he can't really find anyone there. He just sees shadows. Wiku finds one more over onto the other side, left into a 1-on-4 for Haresh, and we've seen Haresh pull off some crazy shots, but this might be a bit much to handle. We'll see. He's hearing a lot of the audio come through. He's hearing the footsteps coming in, but double clearing. They're gonna go for just check by check. They have to make sure their backs are covered here, but if they turn the other way and Haresh finds that timing, it could be all too over. And there we go. He strikes one down. Wiku is out of this, but not looking the right way. He has to land this shot. Crunch can't be struggling now. Haresh turns the block the other way. Oh, I like it too.
He got spotted.
Yeah, he lands it as well. Now left for 2 more. 27 seconds onto this clock. They can either choose to fight this or they can either choose to run away. Haresh could pull off the clutch for this round, and no, he does not have the HP for it. Instead, Hush is just holding the line instead. And Fufu taking it away, but that's very scrappy.
Scrappy indeed. I think we might have the overlay mixed up here, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken? Or is that correct? I think Uncle Aim was on Old Guards. But nonetheless, I'll get the production team to fix that one, guys.
All good.
But here we are in round number 2. Of course, just a bit of a half buy here coming in, and you can see some insane shots here coming in. Old Crunch showing what he can do with this SMG, and it's just one of those maps where you feel very claustrophobic with all the different kind of trains all around you. It is called train for a reason, and Haresh gets a shot through the E-box. Pop Dog now coming out, but they will get taken out with ease, keeping 4 players alive here for the Old Guards. That's the way to slowly build up your economy here, and it's exactly what they want to do, keeping as many players alive as possible.
Good stuff for them so far. It looks like train might be their map, actually. See how much more can be pushed for them in terms of this early momentum. So, with the mix-up... Oh my word! What is that coming out from Bambino? Deagle headshot to land and to clear out the site so far. There's one more threat towards the back of it. Oat Crunch has to be the hero, but no, instead, he'll be taken out by another Deagle. Latte finding one more, finding a second actually, and Jordan cleans it up. And all of a sudden, there's a bit of a reversal the other way.
Okay. Just full appear on shots. Just insane shots, just starting things off, isn't it? Bambino was able to get a nice clean shot this top, but of course the Fufu Gaming was just okay. There we go. The overlays have been swapped. Thank you very much, production. No more confusion for us or the viewers. And man, look at this full on the graphics here on Trainer is just so much more different than I remembered. Bambino being able to take down Old Crunch with that SG really comes in. And these guys are looking much better here on towards Train. So far, so good.
He's playing with his food. He's going for those flick shots here. Very close range. Hashirama Finds him with the USB. Instead, Latte taking him down as well. So left with this 2-on-2. This is still very doable, but Latte finds that one tap straight through. He's just tapping away, being very, very clear, very precise and concise with his shots. But now, a chance for Riku to actually try and bring this back if he can play this out just correct with the timing. Jordan's so far ahead over onto the other side because that's where the bomb has been planted, and now they know. So Riku going for this rotation back towards spawn. And if the timing is correct, he might be able to grab one before pushing it into the site and then maybe giving himself a chance into this one-on-one. But this is a very, very wide crossfire. We'll see if he can maybe make something out of it. Sound being made now and should confirm his position. One high, and he's trying to run away, but Jordan can't get away from it. Oh, from behind. Does his teammate call up for it? Oh, he goes for the swing, but Latte a bit more calm on the trigger instead. And wouldn't have had the time, I think, to even defuse past that, but oh, that's a little bit scary coming in for this side of both teams. Now we're pretty much even, 2-2.
Yeah, coming back with 2 rounds of their own. The SG has been very, very strong in assisting them in getting these shots. They have just been great. It's just an game for game. Full on rushing out towards all block towards Sandwich, but look at Uncle Aim with the XM for the Nova in the hands. Takes the high overhead shot. Can't keep the ball rolling. Oh, look at the moment here. That will be a downfall. But Uncle Aim just trying to find some opening picks, and man's got nothing else in terms of long range. He's got to bring out the USP. Jordan only finds one, and here we go. Uncle Aim with another. This man is just holding things down for the likes of the old guards. 1 versus 3. Haresh, he's
well, it's one way for the round to play out, I think. I mean, spotted now. Haresh gets that pick over onto Jeddah. Has to find 2 more. But again, a rifle crossfire is going to be so hard. He's setting himself up for a nice clutch attempt here, putting down the smokes, but very, very close into the contact. They're basically touching shoulders there for a second. Scope might have been heard. It's just the timing. The moment this smoke dissipates, the moment this goes down, O'Crunch has to be so fast on the trigger, because if they aren't, Haresh is going to pick that one up. Now, 18 seconds left. Has to go for the full run and straight for the plant instead. And I think they know about it. Now set into this one-on-one clutch. More time given. Shoulder spotted. And yeah, arm blasted off. Hashirama goes down for it. A little bit too eager on the peak, I think. And Haresh was so much more ready for that one. Good stuff coming out for Haresh. We talked about him being the heavy hitter prior. He's still showing it in this this game.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that stood out to me was, even though he was able to get the smoke, he waited for that smoke to just waited to find one more pick to turn into one before trying to go for the plant towards the B side. Big brain plays from him. Of old gods. Keep things a little bit competitive, but 4v3. England, this Eagle are pretty for them.
Latte Bambino now looking for openings. Jordan's they're gonna find it. Wiku, close range, and yeah, T side is going to be opening up the feed a little bit more. Now left for O'Crunch to try and go for the clutch again. Or at least try and just fight it back a little bit more. Hashirama pushing through. Some sort of space to hold here, but Latte good coming in from Latte instead. Now close. Very, very long range. Goes for the swing one more time, but O'Crunch lands the shot that he needs to. Again, we're tied up. Looking a little bit more lively now is the old guards, right? They were getting absolutely slaughtered on Mirage prior. But definitely more life here.
Yeah, I think I might just. They might be a little bit more alive because Fufu Gaming. I mean, just buying sheriffs across the board when they did have what 5-6k in towards their bank, and they're just going all out here, just going for pure aim, no strats, making it crazy. And you can see with the hands, with the rifles in the hands from the side of the old guards, they're just able to demolish any of the Fufu Gaming players coming out from that main position. It's all Harish once again. The eagle in the hands. 1 versus 5. Seeing if he can pull off a miracle this time. He did clutch it out in a 1v3. But now there's 2 extra players alive. Can he make this work?
2 extra players, but a lot more bullets left for them as well. Heavier hitting guns. And a lot of armor. Uncle Aim just kind of holding it down. Yeah, he will clear that out just fine for him. So, Old Guards take it up one more again, leading the way. Fufu. Yeah, it went from let's mess around, let's play around with our food a little bit, and let's just go for all these aim deals. To all of a sudden, the Old Guards being like, okay, hey, right, train might be our map a little bit more. We played this maybe a little bit more. We have the advantage with how they can rush in the smokes and everything starting on CT side, so a bit more of a chance given to them as well. It might even just be a CT T side like deficiency for the teams, maybe, you know, in terms of comfortability. And speaking of comfortability, going to be very comfortable picking off one player there across with the AUG coming in from Hashirama. And this is a really aggressive play to just sneak up all the way here. But if they get this space, they should confirm a lot of the positions known to them. Molotov not going to be lining up forward, instead going to be lining up behind him from the failed throw. But Oak Crunch coming in with the Euro plays, finds 2 more by Yellow's side. And Bino, there's 1 under him, and I'm not too sure if he knows it just yet. Outside of his periphery, and Wiku just manages to sneak away, but if Bambino goes for this drop, Shadow given away, and yeah, dead to right for Wiku. Bambino goes down. Old Guards finally creating a lead for themselves.
Uh-oh, Fufu Gaming. They thought they were having fun this time around. You can see the Old Guards slowly getting back into shape, getting back into form, and I can just see every single time Hashirama with the AUG just hitting his shots. Anyone who even tries to dare come out of A main just instantly gets deleted. Headshot after headshot. So very strong anchor on towards that A side. Uncle Aim looking for more. There we go. Hashirama chiming in with a kill of his own. As per usual, these guys have just been on a rampage, holding down A cleanly. Uncle Aim with a 3rd. Oh my goodness, this man might just be feeling young again, but Haresh will shut him down. 1 versus 4. This time around, he's got the scout in his hands. I don't know what you're going to do against these guys. But, well, he will get taken out. Uncle Aim and Hashirama holding down the fort with ease.
Definitely a map issue for the side of Old Guards, possibly. We might be... This continues, we will be going to a 3rd, and I don't even know what they picked for the 3rd map. I was mentioning I was hoping it's Ancient. I'm really hoping it's Ancient. But we'll see until we get there. Still have this 2nd map to play out first. So far, Old Guards really pushing in the envelope here for the side of Fufu. I mean, they're gonna have to work on the strats a little bit more, because if they cannot keep this up, then we're going to be so lost for it. Hashirama finding another opening again. It's always against Hari over on this side, but gets immediately taken down from Harish with the scout before the smoke plumes. What a good shot coming in as well. Jordan is there to clean up with the Mac-10. Has to watch out for his flank. Doesn't even know. Please. That spray looked a little bit messy from Oak Crunch, but he finally got it in the end. Now, 2-on-2. And we have a lot of heavy hitters all of a sudden left into this 2-on-2 fight. Uncle Aim trying to hunt down his target, and Haresh is being very patient with the space that he's holding. He's waiting for someone to maybe come around the other side here towards Ivy to maybe find some sort of play, find some sort of space being taken, but instead no answers are going to be given. Lati's going to push through towards the mid side instead.
Ooh, does he find someone?
Gun barrel spotted. Oh, gun barrel spotted. Head spotted as well, but that's all the contact that they need to know is existing over towards this left side here. Being chased down past Yellow. He's low HP. Has to be covered for it. Oh, gets absolutely run down. Now, Uncle Aim going for the defuse. The other player is pretty low HP on this. They have to try and hit these shots, but Haresh cannot do it. Oh, Crunch. Cleaning it up. 7-3, a very convincing lead still so far for the old guards.
I mean, if Uncle Aim is still alive, you know, you've got to be a little bit worried if you're Fufu Gaming. That Uncle Aim already 13 kills across the board and is just looking super clean along the side of Hashirama. Oh man, Fufu Gaming, they've got to start maybe strategizing or buying up some real weapons. Put a little bit of a chance here in towards this game, but so far so good. You can see old guards very well played in terms of their utility usage. You know, mauling out Ivy, stopping anyone from getting aggressive. But Uncle Aim getting a little bit too aggressive in that sense. Bambino will be waiting in towards Pop Dog, taking on one. Old Crunch gets the trade. That's going to even things out. Bomb already being planted in towards that B site. Look at the aggressive position by Hadi. Oh my goodness.
We didn't know at all that they were so close up, and now all of a sudden the fight is just being taken straight into connector with the bomb being planted. How does that happen? How did they let this gap push through? Regardless, Hashirama now has to play the hero, has to play the Undertaker for this one. This is looking like one of the best rounds that Fufu can even get, but if they cannot just tie things down, cannot get their fights in, all of a sudden it looks very, very messy. Low HP for the side of Jordan. Now he's going straight for the defuse. There's one more coming around the corner, but he's not given the timing for it. He doesn't have the time. There's no time for Hashi to pull that off. A good, glorious attempt that went out with a bang, and unfortunately taken away from his grasp.
Oh my word. That was just a very, very fast round. I just did not expect Fufu Gaming to get the bomb down already in towards that B side. It caught me off guard when the overlay came out. But man, just finally some signs of life, I would say, from Fufu Gaming. Getting their aim a little bit back together. And this time around, though, do have the op in the hands of Latte Basa. Ooh. Hashirama once again gets a shot off on towards Bambino, towards Ivy, but he will get traded out. And you can see Fufu Gaming taking control of Ivy, but they are just slowly dwindling here in terms of numbers. 2 players left. Haresh, he does manage to take down one, looking for the second as well, and yes, he does. Keeping his HP just about 70 HP here to deal with. Can they make this work? A 2-on-2 situation. Jeddah hasn't been really hitting his shots in the previous map, but this time around he has been showing some fight in towards strength.
He's just making so much noise with them. He's just calling. No, Haresh is just calling for the rotation to come in. Look at this. Hadi.
Look at Hadi.
Both of them. He's going for the knife. No way. He turns around.
Oh Lord!
Swipe. You can't be doing this now. Haresh left alone for this into the 1-on-1. But head spotted. Oh, it's an egregious shot to take with the ladder inaccuracy. He tries for it. 35 seconds left. He thought about picking up the op, but gonna think better of it. Now pushing all the way around. Silence comes across the map. Only the sound of rolling trains and rain picking off the floor. Swapping over to the other side now. Both players have swapped positions essentially, and Jeddah, not the performer this game, looking a little bit stressed, looking a little bit panicked. Where could he be coming from? 8 seconds left, and I can't believe this, but Haresh has actually played the gambit here. Jeddah looked for the spacing and sit on the other side. Gonna be mollied out. Position given away, and instead burned out away. Haresh didn't even need to fire a shot in this 1-on-1 clutch for himself. Just needed the timing, just needed the position, the plant, and then the molly.
He had the confirmation that he did get a right click slash to the body, so that takes what, about half of your HP already. So he threw the molly, took him out, and I guess Jeddah just wanted to create his own Summit 1G moment, you know. Nonetheless, sides have been swapped. Old guards now on towards the T side. Can they get just as aggressive as the Fufu Gaming team? But they are already here on towards this A site. No one giving them a single bit of information. They're all just hiding. They're looking, but no one is fighting. But there it is, finally, shots being run out. Bomb will be planted, but can they hold this one down? 3 versus 3. Old guards, all they've got to do is play the time. Jeddah trying to get some shots in, but of course Benbino will win that one. This man has been looking clean, but real. Wiku will be able to get the trade off. 2 versus 2 now. They have the kit on towards Jordan. Tech 9 into hands of Latte, but oh, can they make it work? And Old guards, they win out the first round of the second.
All right, okay. Still continuing their presence onto train. Not too bad. Jeddah was going to be the issue there if they wanted to go for that retake, right? And they do clear them out, but even then, the timing, the rush in, it's a bit too uncoordinated for them to try something. Oh, already a bit of a early game damage, and that's Haresh now surviving with 56 HP left into the game. Honestly, you know, we haven't said much to it, but I know we've both been eternally laughing at all the conveniences that's been happening into this game. It's a bit topsy-turvy, but I love seeing it. I love seeing whatever happens here. Going to the eco round is something wondrous. Rushing in with the P250, and then all of a sudden a scout coming through, raiding through, Wiku finding it. Jordan still just continuing their run, playing gun game. Uncle Aim with the Mac 10. What is happening this round, FaZe?
This man had a P250 and he just runs up on 2-3 players, gets a couple of kills here and there, and all of a sudden, Uncle Aim's by himself. He's got a Mac 10 to work with, you know, but can he actually make this work? But Haresh, who was down to about 54 HP at the start of the round, was able to take him out with a deagle. I mean, that is just how Fufu Gaming plays. You know, they play on another level. They're like very chaotic. They bring a lot of, well, yeah, I guess you could say a lot of chaos, I guess, you know, and old guards can't comprehend it. They're used to a tactical, strategical kind of game. So it's very, very smart here from Fufu Gaming if that's what they were trying to think of, you know, if that's what they talked about here before the game. But, well, there it is. 4 versus 4 now, and once again, Jordan only with a P250 trying to find a pick here on towards Uncle Aim, but he's not going to let that happen again. Oh, man.
Right, okay. I think it's a good idea for Bambino to try and take the space there, but he just needed a teammate to maybe set up a flash for him, which, if he had asked for it, definitely a different opportunity there. You blind 3, you maybe get 3, maybe 2 before going down, for sure. This round goes to them instead. They're playing again with the aggression, and again, knife out. What a deadly mistake coming in from Hadi. Uncle Aim does not take any chances with it. Haresh, he go out, doesn't miss that shot either. Uncle Aim goes down, but the rest of the army here has gone the other way instead. Yeah, the positions have been pretty much swapped over. They're given pretty much a free sight.
Okay, the bomb will be planted here in towards B. It is a 2 versus 3 situation here for Fufu Gaming. If they've managed to pick up an AK, and that's in the hands of Latte, Harshes has a Mac 10 to work with, but these weapons here, these deagles, might be a little bit too painful. They're not looking at the right direction. They're all looking towards the bomb, and Latte Basa is just kind of slowly picking them off. Taps left, right, and center. He trying to go for a clutch. Can he make it work? He misses, but thankfully, whipping out the pistol is a lot faster than reloading, and there it is. Old guards come out on top once again. A 9-6 scoreline here for them. But there's definitely, if I was in the Discord columns right now, there would be a lot of laughter and a lot of good vibes here for Fufu Gaming. That's for sure.
I'm sure of it. Hey man, if you ain't laughing, you're crying. And for Fufu Gaming's sake, I hope they're laughing all the way through this, because at least, if anything, this may not be the most tactical base of CS you've ever seen in your lives, ladies and gentlemen, but at least it's entertaining one way or another. Trade for the grenades there in terms of damage, but not too much damage. It's going to be done. Oh my gosh, that's so deadly. Jeddah nearly going down there. 5 HP left to his name. Going down instead is going to be Haresh. Just gets absolutely bulldozered past the smoke. Wiku pulling a Stewie.
Oh my goodness, it's a full-on crossfire in towards the apps, but nonetheless, it's just well, back to the classic Fufu Gaming. They've got a Zeus out in their hands. of Latte. A knife out in the hands of Hadi. They are out here playing hide and seek up against the likes of the old guards, just all together, grouped up, 4 players together, trying to find where these players are hiding. 45 seconds left here on towards the clock, though, so we've got to get the plant down sooner rather than later. Yep, there it is. They do find Hadi only. Easy, quick headshot here from Old Crunch, but there is one more. Latte. He has been hitting some nasty shots here. Pick up the M4A1. Can he find the picks? And oh, there he is. He's been spotted, and Old Crunch will be able to take him out as well. That's double digits secured for the old guards. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby indeed. Old guards are finding way more pacing on this map. If anything, Fufu Gaming are, I mean, if anything, they're having fun. So I can't take that away from them whatsoever. But they've had some crazy strategies on their own. The few times it's worked out, just pushing through the smokes and finding the timings, because the old guards are just not ready for their territory to essentially be pushed up so far. Look at this, pushed up all the way. They're looking to clear a whole different part of the map. They don't expect Hadi to be there, and he might have been able to get away with one if he had the weaponry for it, but not gonna be the case. Jordan looking for any sort of fight to come his way, but not going to find any. All of them are going to back away up the steps and look to infiltrate into the B side. When was the last time you saw a UMP in tourney play?
It's been a long time. Oh man.
You get one? Hey, he gets one.
There we go. UMP is out and about, it's wreaking damage, but of course the old guards will close things out. Just Fufu Gaming losing a little bit too many members. A little bit too early on here in the round. You know, it's always down to what, a 2v5, a 3v5. It's always a 2vx situation, and it's always Fufu Gaming who are at the man at disadvantage. Now, slowly but surely, OGs, all they need is one more point for that match point. And Fufu Gaming, with the buy that they have, it's looking a little bit grim here in terms of their economy. Can they somehow win this one out? And there we go. A little bit of aggression in towards Ivy, but ooh, Hashirama, Uncle Aim, 2 of the top aiming players in the hands of old guards, just ready and waiting, being able to take down the player trying to get the trade in towards Ivy. But look at this. Pushed up once again. So much space being taken. Hadi only finds another one with that MP9, somehow pushing up Ivy. These long-range fights into the favor of an SMG, making it work, but ooh, they're right next to each other.
Next to each other. I can't believe it. I can't believe he gets that one. Oh, Crunch. He was essentially back-to-back, shoulder to shoulder with them. And Jordan turns around for the flick, gets that headshot landed. He was staring at this position the entire time, going through up into main. He just knew he was there. Could probably smell him.
Yeah, I thought I smelled a little something. Oh man, just a little bit of a attempt here being made by Fufu Gaming. Did manage to get a couple of kills here towards Ivy. Hadi getting aggressive once again. Good for one. Real Wiku just gets destroyed as he's running, being off from that upper levels. But now Latte Basa ready and waiting. Good for one, but instantly traded by Uncle Aim, and Uncle Aim is still alive, so there is definitely some signs of life. Jordan in a very, very sneaky position towards default. He finds a player. He does hear it. Good for one only, but the trades back and forth here. Can Jetta make this work? 1 versus 2 situation. Nade is out in his hands, but he's got to get rid of it quick because the players are going to be wrapping him, and Benbino will take him out. My word, a quick retake in the hands of Fufu Gaming, and they want to start bringing it back. They've got the momentum here on their side. What a way to slowly bring it back.
That was such a beautiful nade coming in from one of those players. It was basically cross map from the other side. Landed directly at their feet. I think if Jordan just kind of kept his cool for a little bit, maybe the first pick was already good, right? You're already close range with the M4. If he had ducked down again and waited for his team, just built the space up, I'm very sure he would have gotten away with that very, very cleanly. No issue whatsoever. So scoreboard sitting at 8-11. Old Guard still leading into this. They're looking to put themselves up into match point at least to bring
Ivy
themselves to this
push.
third map. And Benbino, yeah, it's very, very slow. Ivy
Oh,
push. The spray has to
oh
be
my
controlled, and he
goodness.
does control it. What is that coming in from Benbino? Ivy is locked down. It's his playground. Alate looking for a fight, jumps up. I think a little bit too surprised that Uncle Aim was even there. Hashirama is bringing things back into conversation, but an op peek coming in from Jordan all the way on the other side of the map. Gets his guts blown out, sprayed across the wall. Jordan, pistol only pushing
Okay.
through the fire and the flames, looking for a fight. Okay, Jordan, I see where you're playing at. You're playing ball. I see you.
Yep. We'll go through anything to win this map. But now it's all Uncle Aim. If anyone can do it, it's definitely this man. But Bambino, the man with the triple spray down towards Ivy, closes things out with a 4K. Wow, just incredible stuff from Bambino. Just a full-on dry peek, no flash whatsoever. Being able to control those shots with precision is just... I'm speechless, man. But definitely, old guards have got to be a little bit nervous at this point. You can see the form of Fufu Gaming. They started to ramp up the pressure, slowly bringing it back. They're only a 2-point lead here now for old guards. Benbino once again wants to find some success in towards Ivy. No one's going to be ready and waiting. Looks like the rest of the team here from the old guards just have stacked up towards upper B.
Great escape coming in from Latte.
Oh wow, okay.
ASAs are welcome. I saw the idea, put the grenade down, maybe plume out the smoke, and maybe get one before running away, but a little bit too soon, and I think they were still just checking for the smoke. Harash playing it very well now, but now has to peek around the other corner. His teammate is there, but not going to find any picks for it. Jordan, up in hand, has to hit some crazy shots. If they come out one by one, there's maybe a chance, but they're going to have to try and take the space all together. Spotted now. First pick, good for him to get this clutch activated in his jeans. To try and bring this across the board. Rotation coming in over to the other side, and he already has the idea that this is a thing that's happening right now. Jeddah and Hashirama. Hashirama has to land this shot, because if not, it's going to leave Jeddah in a very weird spot. But goes for the no-scope close range. Instead, does not land it. Tagged and slowed down. Hashirama cleans up their food. Puts the old guards at 12. And a possible map 3 might be on this horizon.
Dang, what a way to secure a match point. Fufu Gaming now getting a little bit sweaty as they realize they played a fool a little bit too much. They clowned around a little bit too much and might just lose a point here in terms of a map. But here we go. Aggression once again from the CT side. Nades, shots here coming in, and you can see Latte once again just trying to get the upper B control, but he will get mollied off. He will have to fall back, and look at Hashirama. Old Crunch timing in with kills of their own. Can they keep this up? Hold on a second. We might be heading to map 3, and it's all down to Bambino. Can he make this work? M4 in his hands, and there we go. Uncle Aim will close things out 13-9. An old guard, they take the win, and we definitely be heading into map 3. Wow, just pure chaos happening there in towards train.
Yeah, I thought Fufu were gonna continue on with their shenanigans, and to be fair, they did still have their shenanigans. We saw a last hurrah with, I think that was Haresh, doing essentially a bonsai charge for his life to try and get maybe one or two players at the knife for the last round before dying out. But hey, at least those boys, whatever they're doing, I'm sure they're having fun. But the old guards have found their footing now all of a sudden, made their humiliation look a little bit more, I don't know, like a I got you now kind of situation. So gonna be heading into map 3 for the old guards. They keep their tournament life up, but we're only gonna see that map 3 afterwards. So yeah, there's so much for me to say, but I don't think we even have the time for it before we go to this break. Do you have anything else to say before we go to this break?
Oh man, it could be anyone's map at this point. Whoever brings their A game, whoever gives it their all, will definitely win it. But for now, guys, we're gonna go for a quick break. FaZe, that's Slot Caliber. We'll see you guys in a bit.
No input. Oh.
All right, we are back,
right.
ladies and gents. This is a Fufu Gaming, and we're up against the likes of Old Guards, and you can see Fufu Gaming going incredibly ham. Instantly just rushing it down with an XM. Just incredible stuff. Finishing things off with a nade. Oh my word. I mean, this is the kind of Fufu that we've been waiting to watch. We've been wanting to watch ever since the that total domination on Mirage. Train just did not look that well here for them, but now they look like they're starting to get things starting to get the ball rolling once again.
Yeah, finally finding their footing. Fufu looking to, I feel like they definitely could have finished up that last map if they wanted to, but they're playing it for the long game. They want to stay in the server a little bit more, which on one hand I don't blame them, but on the other hand we'll see if that becomes their mistake or not. Oak Crunch, however, is going to answer back with 2 lovely headshots coming in from him on that Galil. Hadi only going to answer back as well with his own rifle. Left into this 3-on-3. Now space being controlled over onto the long side. Flashes coming in. They're looking to do this double peek together, but thinking better of it. Instead going to call over Oak Crunch as well. Now going for the slow peek. What is that? What a shot coming in from Hashirama. The opening that they needed, and now long is all theirs for the taking.
They make this work. They do have quite the weapons here in terms of the long range position, but oh my goodness, Latte does manage to find a pick here with his scout. 1 versus 2, Benbino. This man is dangerous. He's got the M4. He's got quite the amount of utilities and the kit as well to work with. He spots one, but Old Crunch will shut him down. Old Guards still in it to win it. They've made it all the way to map 3 just for this, and they want to secure the victory. Nonetheless, 2-1 in Fufu Gaming. Once again, Jordan only with that XM wants to go ham. He definitely wants to wreak havoc here in Overpass.
Yeah, absolutely. And wants to maybe try and find their way back into this if Fufu are giving them this chance, right? And gonna definitely take it. XM in the hands of Jordan.
Whoa.
Strafing through, and Wiku just goes straight down, taken out in the pipes there. A slow walk into the smoke is going to be the play for Hadi only. He gets away with 1. Michael for a second.
Clean.
He gets 3 somehow. How has he done that? There's another one over on the other side. He's swapping to the AK, but doesn't know that Uncle Aim's behind him. Gets blasted out over the other side. Jordan finds that pickup with the XM. Fufu are looking alive again.
Hadi only somehow finds 3. My regular old non-gamer eyes could only pick up 2 of his kills. I don't know where the 3rd one came from, but man, oh man, that man just looked so calm and composed in the middle of the smoke, and it's just looking very, very dominating. Now Jordan, he's got wants to get aggressive here. Straight down towards the stairs, opens it up towards this short position, but he will get instantly taken out with ease. Mac 10s, SMGs in the hands of Old Guards, and oh man, the XM chiming in, getting some kills. Tons of damage here done towards this one single player towards short. No, nothing he could do there. Uncle Aim just gets taken out, but Old Crunch is still alive and kicking. Picks up the AK. Ooh, spots one towards heaven. He knows where exactly both these players are. Can he get the shots off it? Haresh will shut him down.
Saw the nade trajectory, had the sense that he was going through the other side as well, but definitely didn't have the clearance to go for the peak. I think was given just a straight runway essentially to his doom. So Fufu Gaming already going as rapidly as they can, racing up to be the first to reach their double digits and basically just secure it. Hopefully, the moment they reach there, they don't start pulling knives out, but something tells me they still might. We'll have to see how that goes.
It is
Old Guards on the other hand. Yeah, that's true. Old Guards on the other hand are going to try and fight their way in still into this game. It's still there for the taking, and Uncle Aim is going to pick up that first one of the round. Spam coming through towards the underside. Presence has been made known. Now going into the party area is going to be Oak Crunch, slowly clearing things out. Hashirama right behind him, but if they don't spot
Oof.
this player, they don't spot Haresh. There's a gap between the two players here of 4. And yeah, instantly snap down. Uncle Aim goes straight down into the ground. O'Crunch and Jeddah, though, and Hashirama all pick up 1.
What can you do there? Benbino stuck in towards underpass. He's just got nowhere to go. Sorry, connector. Just instantly shut down. He was getting basically wrapped from all different angles. But that's going to be a big, big round there from the old guards, finding some footing in towards overpass. Able to get some aim going in as well. Great stuff here so far. Uncle Aim, of course, with 4 frags. He has been playing so well throughout this best of 3. And now just a full-on execution. A bit of a misplay with that flash. Has slowed down their execution here on towards B, but I guess they decided to go for a bit of a default instead. Exactly what they've been doing. See if we can find their picks. Slowly work their map. Made their way in towards waters. See whether or not they can take control of connector. Make their way in towards toilet. Do they expect the player just to be around the corner? And the spray down comes in, but Haresh was able to take him down. The trade will come in for Hashirama. And that's going to be a 4 versus 4 situation. Good stuff here so far. You can tell old guards are playing a lot more tactical. Very smart with the positioning.
There is a really nice dynamic to watch, at least between these two teams, right? Regardless of whatever mistakes gets opened up, you see both teams' strengths, essentially. Fufu Gaming with their lively, spry way of playing, just taking all the fights that they can, pushing in every single timing that they can. And then the old guards are, well, the old guards. They're playing it a little bit more tactically. They're playing it a little bit more stable, a bit more defaulty. Head spotted onto the jump, but Benbino finds that pick instead, and Uncle Aim is going to be the one to trade it out. It was a very, very nice attempt at a defense starting over, but not going to be the case. Uncle Aim is going to continue their streak onto Latte as well, but shut down by Jordan, and Wiku finds Hadi as well over onto the other side. So no partner into this clutch for Jordan. Has to find both of these players. Has to try and eager out any of their positions, but back turn Jeddah was not expecting him to be so close range.
Exactly where real Wiku is.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. Now hearing the footsteps. Oh, but the timing. Have to go for the fight now. Has to try and find this pick. Miss shot close range. Can he get it? Yes, he can, but he doesn't have the time for the defuse. So picks up every single kill instead and does survive with the op, but... Oh! No, never mind. Dies out to the blast radius too as well. Spoke way too soon. My bad. Caster cursed him on the way down.
It's like, damn it. He felt a little bit of an itch there in his throat as well. Someone said something. But man, that is quite the round, and I love the way Old Guard is playing it. This is the kind of CS that I'm a little bit more used to, you know. Fufu Gaming is giving that ADHD execution, sticking together, playing default. That's what I like to watch. This time now, I want to get that water control. Can they make it work? Hadi only in his hands, able to pick up real weak. Picks up as well. Just a bunch of upgraded pistols here from the side of Fufu Gaming. Old Crunch good for 1, and Old Crunch looking for the second, opening up that B site. Man, good plays here so far, and this man has been on a rampage. Benbino once again. 1v3, he has the AK in his hands. He has given away his position, so sound cues are being given. Old Crunch will get shut down, and the rest of the squad here from Old Guards will just make their way towards that A site.
All right. Not too much care in the world going for the back-to-back plant here. Jeddah and Hashirama have to try and just hold this out as they can, but Benbino has been such a threat over the past 2 games still, right? As much as they've been fooling around the way it came, you see what I mean? Every time he catch you off guard, Jeddah just goes straight down for it, not even expecting a threat coming in from the long side. But sound given away, left into this one-on-one. Hashirama versus Benbino. This is 2 Titans so far between these 2 teams, but checking the wrong corner, checking the wrong side, was expecting maybe a crossfire coming in from the bathroom side. Hashirama cleans it up. 4-4. We're all tied up between these 2 teams. All of a sudden, Overpass looks way more competitive, if anything. It seems like every single one of these players now all of a sudden have done the thing where they've leaned up on their chair and said, okay, it's time to lock in.
Yep, definitely it did, and I like that. That's the kind of gameplay that we love to watch. And now a little bit of a different tactic, very aggressive here towards this B site. Aggression coming in from the CT side. Latte good for one, and he will get traded down. Lots of AKs here in towards monsters. And just look at this aggression. Hardy only good for one as well on towards Oat Crunch. And just don't expect the aggression from Haresh with that scout. Now they're in a bit of a pinch. You can see that they've got to watch out for not only Waters, but towards the B-long position as well. And you can see in towards spawn, they are just getting wrapped. These last two remaining players, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. And they will just get a sandwiched here in towards monster.
All right, it's a nice attempt again from Mushrama to try and hold his ground there, but flooded in from just two different positions. A bit too impossible, I think, to call for the clutch there. Oh, we're seeing two more XMs coming out from the side of Fufu Gaming. Do you see that? They're back on it, man.
If you're the player who's watching Connector, you know, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you put two players in towards Connector, these XMs would definitely be a little bit deadly. Nonetheless, it's in the hands of Jordan, and we know he's been popping off with that XM. A bit of a hero buy, I guess you could say, coming in from the likes of the old guards. A single two players with rifles. The rest of them are on those Glocks. It'll be a nice opening frag there. This real Wiku gets taken out towards long. Can't make this work.
Oh, Hadi, of course.
Clean.
Stable as ever. Doesn't matter if two people peek him, he's still going to get those two anyways. Jordan, however, timing on the swap.
Timing!
Should have just stayed with the shotgun. Kicking his desk for sure for that one. Now Latte, looking away, but managed to snap back in time, and his teammate just blasts out the other one. Oat Crunch goes down. 6-4. Fufu are leading this all of a sudden. Looking like they want to really push through into the bracket again. No more tasers, no more knives. All guns. Still the shotguns, but that's viable.
Yeah, we definitely take those. I mean, it's Jordan's always playing in towards Connector. That's definitely one of the better weapons to use. He's just making it work, you know. Long range, medium range, short range, he just uses it all together. Now, good utility to delay any sort of rush here on towards that B site. So Fufu Gaming a lot more tactical here in terms of the utility. And now a default play from old guards. They were able to kind of win out this default kind of strat up against the likes of Fufu Gaming, but damn, instantly Hadi and Benbino push up towards playground and takes out two of the old guards, and they've gained a lot of map control here. And they kind of have a feeling on where the rest of these players are, where the rest of the old dogs are, and they will get slowly taken down, sandwiched again.
What is that from Latte? They double peeked him into Monster, and he still held his spray and gets two. Mind you, the third one, but he still gets the two initially. What is that?
These guys are just incredible. Last map we saw a Benbino 3-man spray down towards Ivy. This time around, Latte, he says, well, if he can do it, I can do it too. Let me show you how it's done. And he's definitely giving the rest of the team a run for their money. But oh Lord, this is.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's ignore that one. It's okay, Wiku. You know, it's not having a good start to the game, sitting at 110. But at least your teammates are having a better time. Oat Crunch was already making a name for himself towards the first game. Went quiet in the second game a little bit, but his third game is really picking up stuff. And Bino now making things lively. Finds Uncle Aim as well. In the smoke is going to be this threat around the other side, though. Bambino comes in. Jeddah not even expecting the monster peak, and now close range from this Mac 10, but instantly headshotted down. Jordan finds that pick up. One more fight left, but is going to be a failure on Bambino's end. Left into this one-on-one. AKs on both ends. Sprays coming through. Damage being traded. Both of these players are very, very low HP. One shot should do it, but so many obstacles in the way, and Hashirama peeks over, finds the one shot he needs. Jordan goes down. A 7-5 into the swap. This all of a sudden is no longer just Fufu Gaming or Old Guards playing their map like they want to. This is all of a sudden map 3. The stakes are on the line. It's competition through and through. It's classic CS phase.
That's what we liked to see. I mean, just incredible stuff. 7-5. It's still, still very, very competitive here. But Hashirama with that 1v1 clutch. I mean, if anyone, I think that was his second 1v1 clutch that he had. And he is just making things look very easy. But look at this full-on rush here coming in from the side of Fufu Gaming. No sight of defense at all.
Oh,
Bomb is down, and no, it's a 4v4 retake. Do they have a kit on towards the side of the CT side? No, they don't. So they've got to come in quick for this retake.
they're taking a lot of ground as well. Yeah, they're taking a lot of ground as well. Harsh is going to keep himself cornered here. Down by the drop on Heaven. Oh, Crunch making a lot of noise, but he's going to be the first one to try and take contact. USP in his hands, but the Glocks and the Strafes are a little bit too strong for them to handle. Hadi, Jordan, and Haresh all picking up one to end that round. Fufu still lead with their pistol. Old Guards have to try and reshape their strategy a little bit more to try and keep up here. Fufu are all of a sudden activating all their cylinders, right? Firing at all cylinders to try and get every single one of their shots to land, every single one of their players to go up. Jetta's looking a little bit more lost on this one, on this map.
I have no comments over Jetta's performance this full best of 3. But, he's part of the team, and I'm sure the team is making him feel welcome to Uncle Aim, though, and Old Crunch. Hold on a second now. These guys are making it work. They came into this round with a couple of USPs. They had a Nova in the hands of Uncle Aim, and they just somehow managed to bring this into a 1 versus 4 situation. Haresh, I mean, we've seen what this man can do. He's able to hit some nasty shots, but I think at this point, with the bomb dropped in towards that B site, it's looking a little bit tough.
Well, on the upside, he has a lot of time to work with. 1:05, clock is still ticking. He might go all the way around to maybe get the bomb and then come back up into A for the plant if he's really going to try and rush us down. And the other upside as well is that only 3 of these players have armor. Jetta being the only one to have bought armor into this round, the USP in their hands. So unless the crossfire is decent, unless Hashirama hits a banger of a shot here from all the way low down monster, it's still doable for Rush, if anything.
AK.
Yeah.
He's got to be the one who's holding it because he has been playing lights out, and he wants to shut down any sort of winning chances here from Fufu Gaming. 23 seconds left here on towards the clock, so I don't think he's going to have enough time. And of course, Hashirama is going to be the one who takes him out with that AK. And of course, it's going to be a headshot. This man has been quite the role model in this team. Hitting these shots, making it look easy. Uncle Aim not having much of a game this time around, but he has been very, very strong in the first 2 maps. It's time for him to sit back. He is an uncle after all.
Maybe the case, maybe not. We'll see. And yeah, just to go off Hashirama's performance, 17 and 9 at the moment, I believe. Absolutely insane coming from him. Uncle Aim, though, doesn't need the pure aim this time. Hadi goes down from a strafing Mac 10 with full speed. And still going to be aggressive into this line of fire. Jetta is there to try and push some support as well. Has the AUG in hand. Try and take out anyone long range. Finds that pick with the P250 on the way in. Hashirama
good nade.
Now has to pick up the pace. Nade is going to plume out the smoke. Make sure no one is there on the other side. Going for some spam. Oh, he turns around at the wrong time. He turns around at the wrong time. Latte not expecting the repick, the reswing coming in. And now a scramble towards the other side of the map. And maybe just to find some exits here, but Bambino's going all for it, really running it all the way to the other side. They've pretty much confirmed that everyone's pretty much down here. Close range with the Deagle, doesn't land it. Uncle Aim instead, stable with the Mac 10. Bambino left into this 1-on-4, a Deagle in hand. It's a lot to ask for. He has armor, he has the bomb plant. Let's see what you could do. Let's see what you could do.
I mean, I would say that's the least you could ask for. You get the bomb down, secure a couple hundred here for the team. for the next round. But if he's able to find at least 1 or 2 opening picks, pick up a gun, that would be beautiful. But he's got a nice positioning in towards bank. I'm not sure whether or not they expect him to be here at all. But I think the smoke goes down, so he has to somehow be able to find the player in towards the smoke. But it's a quick trade there from Oatcrunch. Just incredibly ready and snappy with it to get the hit shot there on and towards Benbino. 7-8. Slowly but surely, Old Guards bringing it back.
Not too bad, not too bad. We might be pushing it all the way. We had the conversation in the break about these two teams maybe all of a sudden playing like this, and then all of a sudden maybe pushing in overtime just for entertainment's sake, right? I feel like this is the only way this matchup ends in that sense. And I wouldn't be too surprised if it does go that line. So I didn't make the script. Ask somebody else.
You're right about that. Shots now being rung up. Real Wiku. Dry peeking in towards Monster. Not exactly what you want to do, but the Old Guards are an old man down. 7-8. Just looking at the weapons that they have. Oh, wow. What a shot by Uncle Aim.
All right, okay.
Heading back to his the prime time, you know?
That was a deathmatch maneuver if I've ever seen one. All right. 4-4. They have some space to work with into long. Actually going for a split push here. This is a very, very good idea coming in for them. But yeah, CT's trying to come in for the rotation as well. And Latte finds that opening pick. All that they needed. Down onto Truck. And some spam coming through. But Oatcrunch finds that opening back the other way. Bomb plant has been delayed. And Benbino pushes up forward into the bank side. And Uncle Aim goes down. Jetta goes down as well. Oatcrunch, what is that? That's a transfer through the smoke. And Benbino clears it out. But there could have been something of a beautiful narrative for Oatcrunch to have finished his meal there. And then
I don't know if I saw what I saw, but I think he tried to flick towards the remaining player towards the left side of default there. I think he might have like hit his keyboard or something.
Maybe.
I feel like that's what I saw, but man, what a shot there. Decent effort there coming in, but nonetheless, it is a game that we've got going on. Decent rap from the side of Oatcrunch, but man, if he was able to get those shots in at the last moment, I think they've taken a bit of a pause here.
Out, I think, yeah.
He's got to make sure his thumb is okay after hitting the keyboard with that flick. That's probably what's going on.
Hey man, it's depending on what kind of keyboard you have, it's pretty painful. I play, just for reference, I play with a tilted keyboard, right? I'm one of those guys who plays with the keyboard like tilted.
No.
So if I slam my mouse the left way, I'm gonna hit the corner, and my keyboard is not a polymer frame; it's a metal frame.
Yeah, I get you, man. I've got one of those.
I feel
those heavy keyboards as well. So yeah, we've all been there. A completely normal timeout in this position, but so far, bro, just getting back into the game, and this has been, it's been a lot of fun and games from Fufu Gaming. I would say Old Guards has been consistently very serious, very tactical in the past 3 matches, but this time around, they've somehow turned into a SWAT team, and they are just here to win it. Definitely giving Fufu Gaming a run for their money. But can Old Guards hold the push here from the monster position? Ooh, Fufu Gaming does manage to take down 2, and they are just using the numbers advantage into their favor. They've taken down 3 players, and they will be able to get the bomb down. Hashirama, Oatcrunch, members of the Old Guards, can they win this one out? And I love this position here from Benbino. A lot of players don't tend to check this corner. Hashirama, of course, he will win out that long-range fight, as Hashirama usually does. This man is just incredible when it comes to his aim, but he will get shut down. 3v1, Oatcrunch, instant shut down here. Double digits secured by Fufu Gaming.
Okay, all right. A few more and Fufu actually take this across, and it's pretty much done deal for Old Guards, but Old Guards still look like they want to keep fighting for this. Looking good so far. Oh, okay. Wiku hasn't bought anything. Left him to the USP. Let's see how this plays out for old guards. They're looking like they want to maybe rush down into monster, maybe find an early fight. Haresh is a shotgun sitting close range. Oh, Riku.
Yep.
Not too much will be found if you're just running out in the open with a knife. All the space being taken by the T's already. They pushed in so fast into the site. Bambino finding Uncle Aim towards the backside. Jeddah not
Wow,
going to
this
survive
guy.
that fight either. Bomb going to be planted.
Pino. He's just creating so much space. Jordan only, good for one. Hashirama with the XM. We'll turn it into a 1v3, but his position has been given away, but hold on a second. Okay, there we go. The boost comes in, and they're able to take him out. Wow, that was a little bit scary, but well played there. A good call for that boost from Fufu Gaming, and they're slowly bringing it towards the final stages here of the map. If you are joining in, ladies and gents, this is map number 3. Fufu Gaming was able to win it out in Mirage. Old guards back on towards train, and now we are on the final one. Winner of this one will stay alive here for tomorrow, basically. And this is it. This is the Fufu Gaming we know and love. Just pure aggression, full on rush, no utility to stop them at all. Bambino good for one. Jordan finds a second, and hold on. Hashirama is here to hold things down, to hold down the fort. 22 frags, and he's looking for 23, maybe 24 here at the end of this round.
Fire spread across the barrels here, but Uncle Aim has his head up a little bit too high, crouched into the fight. They're searching for this last player on the site, and Hashirama does go down. Sprayed with a bunch of bullets into the back, and now left for Riku to try and pick this up into the clutch. Performing before in the last map, but not this map anymore. It's gone a little bit more quiet. Two of these players are low HP, so if there's any time for a big heroic play to come out of Riku, this has to be the round. Incendiary pushed out forward. Try and give him some space onto the site. Latte over on the other side. I'm not too sure if he can hear the knife being swung in the smoke, but if he can, well, there is a threat there. But he's not gonna go for it. Oh no.
Goodness.
Oh no. Oh no. Latte, not like this.
Looks like Fufu Gaming is back. The real Fufu Gaming. I think Fufu is short for like fun or something. They're just missing the N. Oh man, that's match point right there. And I think the old guards, they've got the firepower in terms of Uncle Aim, in terms of Hashira. There's some flashes of brilliance from Oat Crunch, but they've got to do something about their utility usage. There's no mollies, no nades, no smokes towards monsters, and Fufu Gaming was just able to run in towards that B site with ease. No one's stopping them at all, but now, straight up, they want to have a fight towards this A site. Riku, he's got 2 different angles that he's got to watch out for. Connector Anna towards this party position. He's not good for one. Haresh, the double swing comes in. Can they close this out on towards this A site? 1:30 left, and they are getting aggressive.
It's a stacked A site though. There's so many CTs on this area, and Hashirama was the first one to make themselves known. Oat Crunch, MP5 in their hands, but only literally just tickling them from a distance. Bambino finds that pick over across. That's the big player that they needed. Jeddah has been the quietest player on this scoreboard so far. If there's any time they wanted to do any heroics, it would be it, but it just is not the case. Fufu Gaming take it away, 7-13. All 3 maps went between these 2 teams. The old guards, they fall, and they fall back into the dog pits. And Fufu Gaming are up 1 into the brackets.
GG, well played. I mean, we can see that Fufu Gaming, they had that firepower, they had that strategies from the get-go. From Mirage. They won. It was about 13-4. Very, very dominating fashion. We thought they were going to be able to take it in towards train, but old guards, they were able to take advantages of a lot of the mistakes that Fufu Gaming brought in towards that map. And well, I think they had a very, very good talk, in between the breaks, and Fufu Gaming just brought out their A game. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Wouldn't have it other way. Overpass is one of those maps where it can either go completely chaotic or it can go very, very stable for some of these teams. I feel like there's a bit of a mix of both. Old guards were playing their own game, very stable side in terms of their overpass, but Fufu just had better timings, had better firepower just in general, and pretty much overwhelmed the old guards there towards the end. Maybe battle of attrition might be a stamina thing. Maybe they're tired. Maybe old guards just didn't know what to do on the map. Maybe they just didn't have enough practice on it. Who knows? I'm not too sure. Right? It could be so many different factors. Either way, the confirmed factor is that Fufu have won. Old guards are down and out. And yeah, that's our first best of three essentially locked in for the day. So I would say a great start in terms of the tourney for the Malaysian nationals here.
Yeah, definitely. Those are just 2 out of the 10 teams that we were that have are in this qualifier. Basically, these guys are fighting for a lot. They're fighting for a spot in the regional LAN coming next month in KL. So if you guys are new to this, you guys are just tuning in now. This is going to be going on for the next 3 days. But before we go any further, we're going to go throw it for a break and just make sure you guys join in here for the next best of 3 series. I'm FaZe. That's alongside with me is a lot caliber. We'll see you guys after this. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Samsung Odyssey Cup here, Counter-Strike 2 Championship. This is the Malaysia Qualifiers. I'm FaZe. Alongside with me is going to be my partner, Lot Caliber. And man, we've had quite the games here. Three games, three all-out brutal, chaotic games here between Fufu Gaming, and alongside the old guards. And it was definitely a fun game, fun series to cast, that's for sure.
It was fun and it was chaotic, right? We started off with tasers and knives on Mirage, classic as it went, and then we went into our map 2, a train, and then all of a sudden you saw old guards pick up from wherever they might have been put into from that first game down in the dumps maybe, and then all of a sudden you see them start picking up their strategies, start doing all these clutch rounds. All of a sudden old guards are into the game, pushed us into a map 3 onto overpass, and then both teams decide, all right, there's no more messing around. I don't think we even saw a singular Zeus being bought towards the third map. We still saw the shotguns, right? We still saw the shotguns, and maybe like one knife attempt, but like at that point, I think both teams were pretty much in it to win it. At that point, they said, "All right, stakes are done. No more playing around. Let's do this fully. Let's get this game on the road and then just go for it." And at the end of the day, Fufu Gaming, I'm very sure they probably could have won that map too, but they decided to have a bit more. They decided to have a bit more fun, so they decided to win it in map 3 instead. I don't know if that's a flex, but maybe it's a flex. It's like, we could have done this the entire time, but we'll keep it until we'll save the strats. We'll save the strats for grand finals. Have you done that in your career?
My career was very short, and that's why I'm here on the desk. But
you know what? Fair enough.
that's my cope. Like, I wanted to save the strats for the finals, but I just couldn't make it through the qualifiers. Let's not bring back the old days, the bad days. But these teams are basically playing for a slot in the regional land. Is coming up next month in KL. So there's going to be teams from 8 different countries. There we go. Perfect. Thank you very much, production. There we go. Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, Australia, and New Zealand. So one team from each of these countries will be fighting it out here in a regional tournament in KL next month for a prize pool of 50,000 USD. Oh, Lordy.
Sure. Oh, yeah. 50,000 USD is nothing rub your nose at, especially when the champion alone takes away 20K. First runner up with 15,000, second runner up with 8,000, third runner up with 5, and the grand finals MVP, whoever performs their absolute minds out, getting away with 2,000 just for their own sake. And I think that's very, very fair for them as well. So yeah, you got to thank Samsung and of course our friends over at Red Bull for giving the sponsors for the event, setting up the event, and also helping out with the prize pool as well. Wouldn't be anywhere without them as well. These teams are gonna be fighting for their lives there, but we'll see which one of these Malaysian representatives do get to go through and fight for our glorious home.
Yeah, definitely. But unfortunately, guys, throughout the break, we did receive some bad news. One of the teams had basically one of the players just could not make it to the game, so we won't be having a second series here. But it is what it is. We definitely are truly sorry for the viewing experience as well. But nonetheless, guys, you got to make sure that we do have games for the next 2 days. It doesn't end here. There's tomorrow, there's Sunday for the grand finals, and remember, the first place makes it to the regional land.
Yeah, and I think tomorrow we'll definitely have a bit more of a back and forth story between the teams that are playing, right? You mentioned knowing some of those names, or at least eyeing maybe 1 or 2 players in the Bayman esports line or the Bayman Titan line, right? And of course, I don't even know the players on the other side for Blank or Revival or Cement Mixer. I forgot that was the other name. Cement Mixer 619.
619 is crazy.
And 6R Remote. There we go. These are the team names. Hey man, I didn't make these team names. All right, these guys are having fun making their own names. But look, if anything, you might get entertained strategy wise by the Bayman teams, right? By those 2 teams, they seem like very well put together in terms of organization and the teams and what they want to do. But then you might have some dark horses, some underdogs, or maybe you might just get a whole nother foo-foo gaming scenario with cement mixers. I feel like if there's anyone that's going to do that, it's probably cement mixer. Something.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like there's a red. Maybe it's because the cement mixer is red that is telling my brain that it's a red herring. So I'm not too sure. Something's traumatized me for today, at least from Fufu, that it's telling me that. You know what else is red? Red Bull. Get one. We're sponsored by them. Anyways, yeah, we can't get your second best of three today. Unfortunately, like you said, one of the players could not make it, so the team doesn't have any substitutes, I believe, as well, so they can't play. So automatically defaulted into a forfeit, and one of those teams is going to push you into the next day. So only just the one best of three today. And yeah, I think that's really it in terms of the news, and that's all the teams that are going to be fighting for tomorrow. FaZe, anything else to close this off before we go?
I think that was very well put by you, and we should just leave more action here for tomorrow. So guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Just stand by, keep this YouTube page open, don't turn off your PC, because we will be here. I'm FaZe, that's Lot Caliber. There, we have been your casters. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.